What is up, everyone? So last video we stripped apart the JZX. Yes, we already did it. We took the 1J out. Yes, it is a 1J. Saw a lot of comments that thought it was a 2J NA motor. No, it's a 1J NA motor. And today we're gonna start by cleaning up the engine bay in the JZX 100. And honestly, I'm super excited about it because I think it's gonna be a really amazing transformation. Because as you guys can see right now, it is super crusty. Like, it just kind of looks gross. Mouthful? Okay. But I think the paint underneath this Japanese grime is actually really nice. So I got the boys here. We got some cleaning products. We got some O-Tough. We're gonna just try and get this thing looking fresh. We already got a sample of it yesterday and it looks like it's gonna be beautiful. So just imagine this gross swamp right here looking all like this. I can't. And that's why we're doing this right now. Nice.
Let's do it. So what's the plan of attack with this?
I think we just start spraying it with stuff and just start wiping it down. So we were gonna power wash it because that's probably the smart thing to do, but it's about 10 degrees outside Fahrenheit, which is like -12 Celsius.
Nice conversion.
Yeah,
on the spot.
On the spot. So let's do a little bit of B-roll first.
Let's do it.
So, Steve, first hit, right?
Yeah.
Our Michigan boys, can't forget them. They showed us
the Flint.
the tough stuff trick, right? This JDM grime in these engine bays are a whole different level of grime. It is so nasty. Every time I get a JDM car, it always comes with the craziest road grime ever. I don't know what's on their roads, what's in their air, but for some reason, it leaves some gnarly grime in the engine bays. Radiator support.
Right here or there? This is like real grime.
Yeah, give it right here. Let it bake, let it soak, let it do its thing. Alright, wipe it down.
Oh,
yeah. That's gonna be a tough one. That's gonna be a tough one right there.
That's no match for the tough dolls.
See, let me see it. I mean, from this to this, we got some work ahead of us.
We got some tough work. There's a long road ahead of us, but we're down. He got the right men for it.
What I want to see here is decent paint, right? I really don't want to paint this engine bay if I don't have to. For me, I don't want this car to be like a show car. I want a nice car. I want a nice engine bay with nice components. I don't care for this thing to have like a fresh base shave, respray, or anything. I just want a nice looking car. And if the paint underneath this is nice, it is a huge home run. Time lapse?
Time lapse.
Time lapse.
Need it.
Wet wipe, you dry wipe, right?
Yeah.
We're good. All right, so obviously
Wax
there's a
on.
1.5 million different products you can use to clean engine bays. Though what we're using, is it the best? Probably not, but we have it. And it's cheap and abundant. So, Ant got these grime wipes, right? It's like a towel built into it. And I remember Tommy used to use these a lot for the same reason. And they're nice because they're wet and they have some texture to it. So it really kind of like, we got most of the area.
It has a little abrasive grit to it.
Yeah, get in there. Like the real hard stuff, it gets that the towel doesn't because it kind of just cuts into it. Would recommend for the grime wipes. And what'd you grab, buddy? Gunk wipes, degreasing wipes.
Gunk wipes.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, it's cheap stuff and it works. It's just a little time consuming. So everyone has their own secret recipe.
I'll tell you what, it's looking really good over there though, honestly, from this far away on the camera.
Dude, it's mad to think that this is the same car. Once we like kind of like, you know, get these like little edges where the power washer would be really nice, but I'm so ecstatic because I don't think I'm gonna have to paint this. The paint looks great. Yeah. Looks great. There's like no scratches or anything in here.
It's the little things, bro. Just a little bit of manpower.
You know how much of a pain in the ass it is?
Wipe her down.
What are you doing? You're just fucking whip it. That's why. What are you doing? Do you see him?
Hit with this thing. You're.
Did you hear that, Forrest?
Ooh.
That was proper. In case you don't know how to do it. And what?
Oh,
Nice one. A little better.
Woo! Smoked him.
I really played his ass, huh?
Oh man, that was a good one. That actually really hurt.
All right, just, you know, there's a lot of crevices we can't really get. We're gonna power wash this again one day, but let's hit it with the Grios, seal it up, and then, well, move on from there. All right, we can get it in.
Really nonchalant. I'm proud about that. Look at that.
Yeah, look at our corner. Look at their corner. Look at their corner. Look at our corner, Steve.
Have some respect for that elbow grease.
All right, let's just wipe this real quick and give it a final B-roll. Wow. And as you guys can see, it cleaned up amazing. There's still some crevices we have to get. Obviously, we still got to power wash it. Next warm day, we'll actually power wash it and finish it up. But to see that the paint is actually, I'd consider this beautiful, especially considering how old the paint is. 25 years old. What are you doing over there, Steve? Clearly the car was probably just never worked on, so it never had the opportunity to get a scratch in the bay, but it aged very well. So we're not painting this damn bay. We're leaving it like this. Like I said before, I don't know, to me, chasers, I don't see it as needing to be like this big show car engine bay. I never saw them as a pop the hood kind of car. I really want a nice JZ in here. I want it very, very nice, pretty OEM looking. But to me, these cars really thrive on the outside styling of it, right? And that's how I want to treat it. I want to make a car that looks really dope, performs well, and is just overall a decent car. I want a car that we could take the whole gang to the casino on the weekends.
We're going to the Nino, boys. Hop in.
While making a bunch of power. So, man, that is really good news, and I'm super, super excited. So,
The next day.
and we're back. All right, so today we don't have much time to mess around because it is Stevie's birthday, so we're gonna go have a good time tonight.
We're going out to eat.
Happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, man. Shouts to everybody that's been reaching out through Jimmy's extended audience and just all the love. I love y'all, and I love y'all. You behind the camera, all of y'all. Man.
We love you too,
love.
Stevie. We love you too, buddy. And so today, what I figured we should do is finally address what engine we're gonna put in this thing and kind of start making leaps forward, right? Because now the chassis is set up for it, we can start working at putting it back together.
It's looking clean too, man.
I know, I forgot how nice this thing looks. Oh my God. Damn. All right, so check this out.
Nice.
Here we go. All right, so I feel like a lot of videos lately have been a lot of like explaining and talking, whatever, but listen. The last thing we talked about was what engine should we put in the Chaser? We proposed doing the 1J, right? Comes in Tour V. Things are capable of some pretty good horse puppies. Or putting a 2J in it and going crazy with it, right? So we were really leaning towards a 2J idea, just going crazy with making some big power, but I started trying to figure out how to make this work, and I realized that everything's on back order, and my life has been a living hell because of it. Building a 2JZ would just add to the top of that, right? Mm-hmm. We have had such a hard time literally getting anything and everything, and it's driving me nuts. So what I decided to do is say, screw it. Let's just 1J it. And I know it doesn't sound super big exciting for you guys, but for me, I think it's a great fit and I'm very excited for it. As you guys know, the big picture of the project is to kind of build myself that Tourer V that I always wanted with my base model Chaser, right? Mm-hmm. And well, the Tourer V came with the 1JZ. One of the best engines ever freaking produced. So yes, we're not gonna make a 700 horsepower Chaser, but we're gonna make an awesome street car, and I think it's gonna be really fun. So what we have here is a 1JZ VVTi turbo engine that, well, we gotta build up to put in the Chaser. By build up, I mean we're gonna clean it up, gasket it, throw a turbo on it, and make a bunch of power. Sound good, Ant?
That's all they need.
So I'm sorry if some of you guys are disappointed, but this is what we're working with, and we're gonna do what we can with what we got. So hear me out. I got this thing from my buddy. It's been out of commission for a little while now. It's supposed to be a good engine. I traded one of my spare SRs for it. Pretty crazy times trading SRs for JZs, but
It don't be like that anymore.
I don't know.
it's
like
it's
a
funny.
deal right
It's
now.
funny because what's the better deal, right? Because SRs were always worth double of JZs,
Yep.
but now JZs are worth but so are SRs. Either way, I'm happy. Helped out homie. I got an engine. I got the engine on a part out. Everything's great. So what we have to do is basically put this thing back together because, as you can tell, there are no timing components. I mean, there's gears on it, but there's no belt on it. There's no front gear. It was taken apart to kind of get re-gasketed, new timing belt, all that stuff, and well, now we have to put it back together. Where do we begin with this thing? I mean, realistically, what I want to do today, since we don't have much time, is let's strip this thing down to a bare long block, because that's essentially what we're just going to be using, and start figuring out what we need, what we have to clean up, and, well, getting right to it, so.
And grab the Milwaukee.
First part that we need to order, three parts.
Let's hear it, dude. Let's hear it.
Key parts.
Yeah, let's hear it.
We start here with the cam gear. We've got a nice purple HKS cam gear.
Oh, yeah, on the VVTI gear?
Over here.
Oh, yeah.
You can't do that on these.
You think your sponsors over at Monster could hook us up with some stuff?
I think
You're slamming monsters today.
I think DJ forgot that he actually bought me the cam gear for my birthday.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's gotta go on here.
It's gotta go on here.
We just need to get him the belt and the clear cover, and then
Yeah. Add some purple to it. I think we got some stuff. So there's supposed to be some parts in this box I haven't opened up yet, but there might be a belt in there.
So let's check it out. Let's look into the mystery box.
So my homie already wrinkled black the intake, which, as you guys know, is my jam. Do I want this one wrinkled black? I don't know. I think I might sandblast this one. I kind of want like an OEM finish for the chaser. It would just be a good look. What do we got? Anything good in here? Wow. Okay. So it looks like we have a lot of the stock components for the engine, right? We have stock injectors, power steering pump for God knows what. We have the J pipe. We have the crazy throttle body. Useless.
Cock-a-doodle-doo. I got a golden ticket.
Ooh, now this is where all the new shiny stuff is. This is where I really wanted to figure out. So, I'm so happy about this. Check this out. So this is an aftermarket crank pulley, right? The problem with the JZs is the crank pulleys love to just fly off the engines. It's such a common issue. So if you check this out. Oh, there's no crank pulley on here. Never mind. So the factory crank pulley is literally two pieces of metal just wedged on each other with a piece of rubber in between. So the outer layer will actually spin off the engine. It's common. So if you have a JZ, you should probably replace that. So this is a huge win.
Nice.
Another part that's not easy to get right now.
it's funny, you never mentioned that with mine until recently. I heard James say this when we were in Florida, like it was a common thing, like, yeah, it's a major deal. And I never heard of it. I was like,
DJ's like, oh, my 1J is making like almost 500 horsepower and I'm on the crank pulley. I'm on the stock crank pulley.
No fair warning for you, huh?
learn for yourself.
We
got it.
You on your own, bro. Jim shares the knowledge.
All right, so we got some oil filters. We got a 2JZ water pump, which is awesome.
Is that awesome?
That is awesome. That's like 200
Explain
bucks. So the 2J ones are more robust than the 1J ones.
Isn't it? Something's different too.
I think one has a plastic impeller, maybe one has metal. I think that's what it is. The 2J1 is an upgrade for some reason. Ooh, Deej! We don't have the HKS belt, but we have a Gretty belt. Will the blue look weird with the purple?
No, I think it'll work.
I think it'd work great, right?
It'll work great.
All right, so we have the Gretty timing belt.
Okay.
Fantastic. We get this thing re-timed up. All the generic gaskets, valve covers.
Those gaskets are not easy to find.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I lucked out right here because JZ gaskets, LZ. I think LZ has the last of the JZ gaskets on the planet right now. Front main seal, new hardware, new pulley for the timing components.
Oh, you have things.
I have things, dude.
Exciting
Billet water
stuff.
pump pulley, billet power steering pump pulley. So we should have everything to get the Wong block settled. What we have to figure out now is what we want painted wrinkle black or whatever, and what turbo setup we're gonna actually throw on this thing.
Going back to what I was saying before, this right here.
The purple with the blue.
If you guys haven't seen DJ's S13 with the 1J in it, he went.
Probably never seen that.
It's been gone for a while. He's got all the fancy purple stuff and all the polished components. If you guys want to check it out, DJNOWAY, link in description. But show him what you got, man.
Ooh.
Chee. Talk to me.
So that replaces the gear right here. Is it necessary?
No.
No. Is it Steezy? Yes.
Look at that. Look at the gear.
Doesn't it make your engine look so much fancier versus, all right, that's cool. Bang!
Yeah.
Like you made 1,000 horsepower with just that gear right there.
So the first thing we have to strip down is we're gonna take the turbo off because we are not running a stock turbo because stock turbos I think are really limited to like 300 horsepower or else the center wheels will just explode.
You don't do that?
I don't do that. What the JZs are crazy, right? They need injectors and turbo, and then obviously supporting components of those two to make much power, right? As you guys saw on the 1J in my S13, we made 600 horsepower on that thing. Could we make it for a long time? I don't know, because that turbo was a little small for it. But 500 horsepower all day on a 1J, not sweating it, no biggie. That's a lot of power for a street car.
Yeah.
It might not sound like a lot because there's so many cars out there making like 12, 1,500 horsepower. 500 horsepower in a street car, great time. So we're taking the turbo off. If anyone needs a stock 1J turbo, I don't know the condition and I don't need it, so hit up Ant.
Call Ant. I'm hearing the rhymes. I'm hearing the rhymes flowing too. The Jay-Z's crazy.
Oh man.
1J's all day.
1J's all day. While Ant's doing that, let's look at this, right? Jay-Z boys out here.
Jay-Z boys.
As you see, we have this oil heater. You might think it's an oil cooler, but look at, we have coolant running through the oil filter right here.
Yeah. Huh.
So in the winter, you know, get the oil temps up to temp quicker, so your engine can operate efficiently. Once the engines get hot, it's just making a, I guess it kind of helps because the coolant temps are gonna be lower than oil temps, but no, it's not efficient. So we're gonna actually delete this piece.
Getting rid of that
because we don't need it. It's more stuff, right?
Yeah.
Especially if this is going into like a different style of chassis and you want to simplify it, we're gonna take this off. We don't need it.
Adios.
This is a good day. This is a good day. We're doing a lot of taking apart, but
Taking apart and assembling.
I'm telling you, like, having all those parts in that box were such a huge win because we probably couldn't get half of those right now. It's kind of driving me nuts. Doesn't make this whole automotive YouTubing very easy.
Stuff is back ordered.
Bad.
We're starting up our excavation company, hip hop label. You guys aren't making it easy for us over here.
We're gonna open a roofing business next.
Jimmy's Roofers. It's just all of us pulling up, all of us on your roof.
Roofing. You can probably
Maybe not.
You can get roofing tiles right now, I'd hope.
Probably on back order too. Yeah.
Pull this.
I could have done that.
We don't need that. Now here's the thing, right? Where do you put the oil filter? Great question, Steve. Thank you. Right here, right? See this little seat on the block? The oil filter will actually seal right here against the block. But you're missing something because how is it supposed to attach, right? It's got no threads right there.
You got a little adapter.
That's it. You buy these online. There's like 80 companies that sell these things. And what it does is...
Those aren't on back order?
I don't think they're on back order. So we slide this in, we tighten it up, and now our oil filter will actually thread on right here. Same oil filter. Now it just threads on right there. Boom.
Bang.
Easy. And
Easy
now
peasy.
you take your coolant lines and you just loop them here to there.
Perfect.
That's it.
Jimmy's on a business call, so he left us to work. I'm here with Ant Cole. He's filling in for Jimmy Oaks today.
We'll get it apart.
What about this, Ant?
Oh, Jimmy, what the hell did you do? I didn't even notice that.
that. And then he took off for the call. Yeah, grab that.
Maybe he didn't have a call after all.
Nah, he had a call. He was just trying to get the clip in. We got it on camera. He said, I instantly regret this. Man, what are you doing over there with
I'm tired of playing games. This thing gotta come out.
Tired of playing games?
The torque on this thing is unreal.
Milwaukee boys.
There we go.
Tired
You
of
like playing games, and that's why. I think first.
Man, what you got? One more screw on this? Oh, there it is.
That's it.
Money shot deal.
I have never worked on a Jay-Z before. So
Never?
First time really looking. Why are these ports so small? I've heard people talk about them, but holy shit. This is the first time seeing them. They don't like bore these out or something?
You're asking the wrong guy.
Honestly, like, that was very simple to take off. Like,
Yeah.
all the bolts were accessible, unlike an SR20.
Builder kind of don't sleep.
They don't sleep, really.
So
And then looking at this, I bet some people do it, but these are the 4 turbo bolts. If you use a stock manifold, you can use a socket to tighten these things. That thing ain't never coming off.
It ain't going nowhere.
No, that ain't going nowhere. But I don't think anyone uses these stock manifolds, so plus we're switching out, so it doesn't really matter. But I just found it interesting. All right, so we got most of it stripped down. I'm gonna leave the water pump on for now. Alternator's off, AC pump's off, power steering pump's off, water lines, soft lines, little brackets that we know we're not going to use because it's not going to be factory anymore. So just doing that basically. It's almost done.
Working your way through it. Doing a great job, man.
All right, so I let Ant and Stevie do their thing. I'm really excited to see the footage later, but as you guys can see, we just got the thing stripped apart. That's the first step to all this. So what we're gonna be doing is cleaning this thing up, painting what we wanna paint. We're gonna replace the water pump, all the timing components, throw it back together. As far as the intake side goes, we're gonna probably use the accessories off the NA1J since it should just bolt right up because it's familiar with the chassis, it's nice and easy. Probably get a new alternator and then of course the turbo setup. We have to pick a manifold and a turbo and I have a very good idea of what I want. And we gotta get that thing ordered up. And then the intake, I just can't decide if I wanna do wrinkle black or not. As you guys know, I'm a big wrinkle black fan, but I think for this, it would be really nice just to have a really nice clean OEM look to it. And maybe we go crazy with the valve covers, maybe we leave these wrinkle black because this always looks nice. So Besides that, we just need the D-square exhaust, put a link on it, and this thing should be good, dude. I want to make like 500 horsepower, which is so easy. And I know it might not sound crazy to some of you guys, and I know some guys are probably upset that we're not going 2J. I'm pretty upset too, to be honest. I wanted to go crazy with it, but I realized that I want to save the 2J experience for a Supra. I think if I do a 2J in this, when I finally get a Supra, because I really, really want to get a Supra, it won't be as exciting, so I kind of want to save that for myself. And I think this is a perfect fit. So besides that, we're going to end it for today. We're going to leave the 1J like this. I'm super happy I have one acquired because that's not easy right now. And besides that, it's Stevie's birthday, so we're going to go enjoy it with him. And we're going to end it. So you guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.